Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. Wish you a very good morning to all. How are you all? I hope you all are doing great by the blessing of Allah. And Alhamdulillah, I am also fit and fine. Today I am going to take your ICT class. Before starting our today's class, let me introduce myself with you. My name is Rokaya Banu Pushpa. I am your ICT teacher from English Medium Senior Section Sector 7, Uttara, Dhaka. So dear students, let's start our today's class. Dear students, welcome to my ICT class, that is Information, Communication and Technology. Today I am going to take the class of class 7 and our chapter is chapter 3. From lesson 24 to 26 we are going to learn today. My dear students, our chapter name is Safe and Ethical Use. From page 48 to 49 you will find it. And don't forget to write your CW number, that is CW12. My dear students, before starting our today's class, we are going to see what was our previous lesson. So in our previous lesson, we have learned about lesson 19 and the topic was copyright. So what is copyright? I know that you have learned your lesson. The law which protects the right of the ownership of intellectual property, that is called copyright. After that, what we have learned in our previous lesson, what is the difference between copyright and copyleft? The opposite of copyright is copyleft. It means that the producers allow everyone to copy and use their products. So my dear students, I hope you all have understand this lesson, that is the difference between copyright and copyleft. Now my dear students, there are so many pictures. You can see that first of all in the left side you can see a boy is thinking what is right and what is wrong. Here is another picture where there are some concretes and there is written ethics. A person is choosing the brick where it is written ethics. Then another picture, the man is thinking what should he do. So can you guess our today's topic? Yes, my dear students, you are right. Our today's topic is ethics and plagiarism. Chapter 3, lesson 24 to 26. Our today's topic is ethics and plagiarism. First of all, we have to know what is ethics. A code of moral standards of conduct for what is good and right as opposed to what is bad or wrong. So let's see what are the ethical behavior that which is right or good in the context of governing moral code. Ethical behavior is value driven. Here are some rules which is followed by ethics. Ethics is about what we ought to do or ought not to do. Second one, what is good and bad, right and wrong, just and unjust. That means justice or injustice, or noble or ignoble. Third one, ethics are rules that guide the decision-making process. Number 4, rooted in religion, morality, law, education, experience, and human strength and weakness. Last one, no complete agreement about the ethical standards and behavior that should apply in specific context. Nowadays, many newspapers are thrown into the websites and the readers can write comments on a bit of news. They can easily write their provoking and positive comments, but it is frequently seen that some readers write meaningless and obscene comments. It is unjustified from the ethical point of view. Here you can see the picture of a screenshot of newspaper. So let's see what is the meaning of that. As we have discussed that nowadays many newspapers are thrown into the websites and the readers can write comments on a bit of news. They can easily write thought-provoking and positive comments. But it is frequently seen that some readers write meaningless and obscene comments, which is unjustified, as there is the freedom of speech in the internet. Visitors of websites can express their opinions as they like. Sometimes they abuse this freedom either by threatening people or posting superimposed pictures or sending disgraceful information through email to humiliate someone. Communicating millions of people at a time was previously a tough job, but now it has been made easy. If anybody abuses the advantage provided by this technology, it is evident that its use was unethical. Dear students, in the internet, unethical as well as unlawful works are done crossing the limit. There are people who do illegal and heinous crimes in the internet who should know how the crafty man deceives innocent people, as the whole procedure is done behind the back. In the cyber world, the most frequent is cheating. Suppose someone may contact you and say that you have been won a lottery and ask you to meet somewhere to receive the money. But when you meet them, they say that you have to spend some money to receive the prize of the lottery. These kinds of things are going on. Is it right? After realizing their demand, you saw that the lottery story was a total fabrication and you had been deceived by them. Again, an unfamiliar person may inform you that he has unexpectedly got a huge amount of money and he wants to deposit a big sum in your account for security. Thus, you may be enterprised. But so an offer from any unknown person to your email box is nothing but an attempt to deceive you. So, we have to be careful about these things. In the picture, you can see here there are 4 things which are important: integrity, ethics, respect, honesty. So, we have to follow these things, not in our personal life only. We have to follow these things also in the field of information and communication technology to use it properly. Credit card fraud is very massive and frequent in the internet nowadays. Perhaps you know that exchanging of notes has been thinned and the use of credit cards is rapidly increasing. Even the card is not essential to transfer money through the internet. You should only know the number because it's important. And there are some things that security is the top priority while using the credit cards, and it is very tough to know the numbers. But the cyber criminals succeed to know the numbers by deceiving people and draw a big amount from their accounts without their knowledge. Nowadays, the notorious criminals use the internet to dispatch the information through the internet. So there are many confused people living with wrong ideologies. They are communal and fanatics. They propagate their beliefs through the internet and try to spread violence. It is also recorded that they intensify the frustration of the hopeless people. Here in the picture you can see that sending emails by using the name of renowned companies, the cyber criminals deceive people. You should know that the information technology or the internet or the cyber world is a very powerful medium of communication. Some people can commit cyber crimes by abusing the technology, but they are small in number. If we are careful, we will not be deceived by them. We will use the positive sides of it. So you are very much familiar with the computer virus also. Am I right? What can you see here? The picture of David Smith was sentenced to 10 years imprisonment for spreading malicious virus in the internet. So, as I have told that everyone is familiar with this virus, and someone may create computer virus to make fun or to commit crimes. They throw the virus in the internet and it entering your PC, that means personal computer, causes a small trouble to massive problem like erasing data from the hard disk. A computer virus called MyDoomWorm attacked 250,000 computers in a day in 2004. In 1999, a virus named Melissa attacked the cyber world so strongly that Microsoft, the biggest computer, damaged by this. So here you can see the person picture who created this. So if you don't follow the ethical rules and plagiarism, then you have to be punished. So we have to maintain these things. Now, my dear student, let's see what is plagiarism. Plagiarism, the act of presenting another's work or ideas as your own. This is called plagiarism.
My dear students, I hope you have understand our today's lesson properly. So now, I will show you an interesting video about our today's topic. So dear students, let's enjoy the video.
You're still not 100% clear on exactly what plagiarism is. And you want to be sure because your lecturer has told you it's a serious offence and that it can come with severe consequences. Plagiarism is the practice of taking someone else's work or ideas and passing them off as your own. It includes direct copying of sentences, paragraphs, or other extracts from someone else's published work, including online content without acknowledging the author, paraphrasing someone else's words or using facts and information without acknowledging the author. Handing in the same assignment as a friend is copying when it is not a group assessment. To make sure your work is your own and not someone else's, just follow these simple rules. Try to view the original source. Acknowledge paraphrasing or quotations. Reference accurately in your style. So in summary, the main point is to make sure any information you use in your work is referenced correctly. All sources used in your work are protected by legal and ethical rights. One of these rights is copyright. Copyright protects and gives ownership rights to the creator of an original work. Whenever you use material that is not your own, no matter the source, if you reference correctly, you will be okay. It is also important to respect the rights people have to privacy. It is illegal to reveal the following types of information without the direct consent of the individual concerned: using photos or video of individuals or groups of people, personal or sensitive information which has never been published, any information given to you in confidence. Just think how you'd feel if someone took the ideas you'd spent hours, months, maybe even years of your time developing and used them without your permission or without acknowledging their use. You'd be pretty upset, right?
Plagiarism is taking the work of another person and claiming it as your own, or not giving proper attribution. This includes using a project you created for another class, like what you are doing right now. Sorry, Jimmy, it looks like you are going to have to write another paper. Remember, as you write your new paper, Jimmy, there are a couple of different ways you can plagiarize, including copying another person's work without giving attribution. This may include copying and pasting information from the internet to your paper without citing it, or quoting too much of a source so that your own writing isn't original. You're also plagiarizing if you take a project created by a friend or family member and try and pass it off as your own. It is also unethical to use a paper or project that you created for another class or project and then turn it in for one of the classes you're in now. Jimmy, you don't want to turn in that paper, because if you do, there could be serious consequences. These might include getting a failing grade in your class, or being forced to visit a university dean.
Legal is usually clear, but drawing a line between what is ethical and what is unethical can be more difficult. Let's take a look at the ethical issues of IT. Some information systems professionals believe that information technology offers many opportunities for unethical behavior, particularly because of the ease of collecting and disseminating information. Cybercrime, cyber fraud, identity theft, and intellectual property theft are on the rise. Nearly 15 million U.S. residents have their identity stolen every year, with a total loss of over $50 billion. This means that one identity is stolen every 2 seconds, with an average loss of $3,500.16. No organization controls the whole web, so who decides what content should be put on it? Two types of information are available on the web: public and private. Although U.S. citizens do not want the government controlling web access, many parents are concerned about what their children are exposed to while using the web, such as pornography, violence, and adult language. Intellectual property is the legal umbrella covering protections that involve copyrights, trademarks, trade secrets, and patents for the creation of the mind, developed by people or businesses. Generally, copyright laws protect tangible material such as books, drawings, and so forth. Copyright laws do have some exceptions, however, usually under the fair use doctrine. This exception means that you can use copyrighted material for certain purposes, such as quoting passages of a book in literary reviews. One aspect of intellectual property that has attracted attention recently is cybersquatting, which is registering, selling, or using a domain name to profit from someone else's trademark. Some believe that information technology and the internet have created a digital divide between the information rich and the information poor. Although prices have been decreasing steadily, computers still are not affordable to all people. Children, in particular, are often victims of this digital divide. Those without computers or web access at home, as well as students who cannot afford computer equipment, are at a disadvantage and can often fall behind in their education. Students without access to a wide array of resources on the web have more difficulty writing papers and learning about topics of interest.
My dear students, I hope you have enjoyed the video. So now let's see more about plagiarism, and you will understand easily because we have already watched so many things in the video about ethics and plagiarism. Plagiarism is an awful act of copying someone's website content, be it any form, and republishing it without giving due credit. So, here are also some reasons and causes of plagiarism. Buying, stealing, or browsing a paper, including, of course, copying an entire paper or article from the web. Second one, hiring someone to write your paper for you. Last but not the least, copying large sections of text from a source without quotation marks or proper citation. Here you can see the picture of Faris Zakaria. The internationally famous journalist was sacked from his job for the complaint of plagiarism. So you see that it need to be take a step against everyone for these kinds of crime that is called plagiarism, and it is already started to take the step against plagiarism. So there are also some use of these things and writings, but we should not copy others' writing. So you can see how you can recognize this, that the thing is plagiarism. First of all, the gist of it is authenticated on a specific aesthetic ideal and aesthetic perspective of, we can notice since the beginning to the end, a mature expedition of aesthetic sense, that is, it is gradual practice of drama, or it can be dramatic theory. So, dear students, though plagiarism is increased, the ways of detecting it are increased too. Do you know, if anybody plagiarizes anything from anywhere, that can easily be detected by using computer software? If you commit any wrong, it may bring about a danger for you, but you will not evade doing crimes considering it dangerous for you. As you will be the perfect citizen of the country, you will be committed not to commit any wrong. You should remember that one day you would shoulder the responsibilities of the country. My dear students, let's see what we have learned from our today's lesson. First of all, we have come to know about ethics. Ethics is based on well-founded standards of right and wrong that prescribe what humans ought to do, usually in terms of rights, obligations, benefits to society, fairness, or specific virtues. Then we have come to know about the differences between ethical and unethical works. We know that what is ethical work and what is unethical work. After that, we have come to know about plagiarism. Plagiarism is presenting someone else's work or ideas as your own, with or without their consent, by incorporating it into your work without full acknowledgement. Now, dear student, let's see the feedback part from our today's lesson. I hope you can answer this question, right? Yes, I know that you know the answer. So, what is the meaning of ethics? Ethics is based on well-founded standards of right and wrong that prescribe what humans ought to do, usually in terms of rights, obligations, benefits to society, fairness, or specific virtues. Then number 2. Can you answer this question? Yes, I know that you can. Write the name of the different types of unethical work. The different types of unethical works are given below. A. Media piracy. B. Ransomware attacks. C. Identity theft. D. Intellectual property theft. E. Financial theft. I know that you know these are the unethical works, and you can answer this question well. Number 3. What is the meaning of unethical behavior? Unethical behavior is the opposite of ethical behavior. Ethical behavior means to follow the legal things and to do the right things. And unethical behavior is an action that falls outside of what is considered morally right or proper for a person, a profession, or an industry. Individuals can behave unethically, as can business professionals and politicians. Now there are some related questions you can see here I have shared with you. What do you understand by the word ethics? Then second one, what is the meaning of plagiarism? Then number 3, what is hacking? Describe the types of hacker. Number 4, last but not the least, what do you mean by black hat hackers? So these questions answer we have discussed today. I know that you can write it well and you understand it well. Homework 6. This is your learning and writing homework from today's lesson. Number 1, what is hacking? Describe the types of hacker.
My dear students, I hope you all have understand our today's lesson properly, and also you have enjoyed our today's video. Dear students, thank you all for your nice cooperation. Stay safe at your home and take care of yourself. Bye-bye.